Hi, I'm Maddie Anthus. I'm with the Center for Student Success, and I'm going to talk to you about the Undeclared General major. I am recording this in my home, so I apologize if there's any low video quality or if the video lags at all. If anything is unclear, my contact information is at the end of this presentation. Please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions. This video will talk about who we are in the Center for Student Success, and we'll also talk about what's unique about the Undeclared General major and how it works at the College of New Jersey. We'll also talk about first semester courses and the course selection process. And at the end of the presentation, I'll go over some miscellaneous information. The Center for Student Success is a resource that is available for all students. We serve as supplemental advisors. So if students have questions about things like PAWS, which is our course registration system, or transferring into a different major, or campus policy and procedure, we can get them the answers to those questions. We also serve as primary advisors for specific cohorts of students, and the Undeclared General major is one of those cohorts for which we serve as a primary advisor. We also do academic coaching, so any student can make an appointment with any of our advisors and meet with us one-on-one to talk about what obstacles are getting in the way of them being successful in the classroom. So we can meet with students about things like time management or procrastination or study skills, and together we'll create an action plan for overcoming those obstacles. We also do workshops. So we go into academic classes that have advising classes, and I'll talk about advising classes later, but we go and do workshops on time management or goal setting, really anything that these academic advising classes ask for. We also do workshops that are accessible for the whole campus, and we do things like preparing for finals or learning styles, and any student can come to these throughout the semester. Finally, because our goal at the Center for Student Success is success and retention, we have a mentoring program called the Pride Mentoring Program, and it's run by my colleague Jamel T. Johnson, who is in the center of this photo. And the Pride Mentoring Program is a program for underrepresented students, and it gives these students a place where they can feel academically and socially supported, and it gives them an environment in which they can really thrive. A little bit more about myself. That's me, a much tanner version of me. I'm the interim associate director, and I've been at TCNJ for 8 years now. I've held a variety of roles in those 8 years, and in my time at TCNJ, I've really learned the intricacies of how TCNJ works and what would make a student successful at TCNJ. I'm going to serve as the primary advisor for Undeclared General students, and I'll also be teaching the advising course for these students. On a personal note, I entered college as an undecided student. I did not go to TCNJ. I went to a small liberal arts college in Ohio, but I know that feeling of pressure and stress of making this big decision and feeling like you need to make it right now. So I'm looking forward to having these discussions with you and helping you navigate this process so that it doesn't feel like such a big, scary decision. You can enter TCNJ in 3 different ways. The first way is to enter directly into a major. The second is if you know which school that you want to enter, but you can't commit to a major within that school. 5 of our schools offer an undeclared option, so you can enter as undeclared arts and communication, for instance, if you know that you want to be in that school, and then decide what major within that school you want to enter at a later time. But then finally, you can enter as an undeclared general major if you don't know which school or major you want to enter, and you need more time to figure that out. So what's unique about the Undeclared General major at TCNJ? The first is that we have a cohort model. You have a small incoming class of students, which means you're going to get a lot of personalized attention, and you're really going to feel that community feel that TCNJ really prides itself on. Also, there's an emphasis on exploration. You're really going to get to know yourself. You're going to know your strengths, the areas in which you want to build, and by the end of your time in this major, you're going to know which direction you want to head. So I've been mentioning this advising course, so I want to go into it in a little more detail. All first-year students take advising courses, so that is not unique to the Undeclared General major. What is unique is the content of this course. So it's a semester-long course that I will be teaching. And in this course, you're going to be exposed to all academic areas of campus. So you'll meet students and faculty and assistant deans for all the different schools and majors that are available to you. There's also a focus on career exploration and decision making. So you'll be taking some assessments and working with the Career Center on some of these assessments to really learn the different pathways to different careers that you might be interested in. There's not just one direct route to a career, so we can talk about all the different ways you can get to some of your career interests. And then finally, this course goes over the campus tools and resources that are available to students that will support you your whole time at TCNJ. Our advising model is built so that we build relationships with each other, and we get to know you as a person and a student. So we have regular check-ins and open communication back and forth. And we also have personalized individual advising. This goes beyond just advising about course selection. It can be about how to be more successful in your class, the directions in which you want to go after the semester's courses. And we also do group advising. The advising course is a form of group advising, but we also do small group sessions with several students and the advisor. So that's a great way to get common questions answered and bounce ideas off of each other. We have students who we have served as their primary advisor, and they've entered new majors, and they still come back and have meetings with us. So that is what we love. We love building relationships with our students, and we really hope to build some relationships with you as well. Students who enter TCNJ are sent a survey, and this survey is to be completed late May through early June. And in that survey, you indicate some of your initial interests and some courses that you'd like to take. After I receive the results of that survey, I'm going to reach out to you to discuss what you entered on that survey. After we've talked about why you chose some of the things that you chose, I will enroll you into your first semester courses. All first-year students take a combination of the classes that are on the screen. So all first-year students take an FSP, a First Seminar Program course. This is a writing intensive class that is capped at 18 students, and they're taught on all different topics. So when you get that survey, make sure you really read the different descriptions because there are a lot of really fun ones. You also might take a language depending on your area of initial interest. Some majors do require language and some do not. Your other courses will be liberal learning courses, and then, as I've mentioned before, your advising course. So we're going to be strategic in putting you into your liberal learning courses. So when we talk about why you chose the selections that you chose on your survey, we're going to talk about what you might want to explore. And I'm going to try to get you into introductory courses to help you explore those initial interests. But let's say you take a class in a certain major and you decide you don't want to major in that. That's fine. Those course units will not be wasted. You still need elective and liberal learning courses, so there's no wasted credits. We're going to be strategic and try to get you into classes that might count for different areas, but of course that will vary based on your initial interest. Some other things to consider. If you are not seeing a perfect match for a major that you want to be in, you can self-design your own major, and that's a great way to tailor your education to your exact interest. It might be that you have a specific focus within a major that we don't offer, or maybe you want to combine two different majors. There's a lot of possibility here, so if you're interested in self-designing a major, let me know and we can discuss this. And finally, I want to emphasize that we have campus-wide relationships and we're close with offices like the Career Center and Tutoring Center, and I mean that close figuratively and literally, because we are all on the same hallway. So we refer students back and forth to each other. We work really closely. So you'll get the benefits of being a part of all of these different offices. Some other nitty-gritty information, the timeline. So the goal is to have you choose a major by the end of your first year, with the goal of transitioning into a major by the middle to end of your sophomore year. There are some restrictions in that some majors have limited capacity or highly structured curriculum. I'm not going to name them all, they're on the screen. If you have your heart set on any of those majors, please let me know. One more thing is that TCNJ is really proud of our 4-year graduation rate, and entering as an undeclared general major does not change the expectation that you should graduate in 4 years. Of course, there are situations that will make this vary, but the expectation is that you will still graduate in 4 years. And that is the end of our presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at the email on the screen. You can get more information at css.tcnj.edu.